Wow, a lot of people out there. Seeing all these familiar faces and not so familiar faces reminds me of how much Grandpa was loved. It also reminds me of how much Grandpa loved to party. He's probably up there right now bargaining with the big man in the sky, trying to come to his last party, promising to come back when he's done after the party. As most of you know, and some don't, my name is Delane, and I'm Carl's oldest granddaughter. Grandpa was a very successful businessman. He always had his hands full with owning different Standard Oil stations. He owned the smoke shop downtown. He owned 4 or 5 houses, apartment buildings here in town that he rented out, and he sold cotton products on the side. When I first started writing Grandpa's eulogy and trying to be serious, all I could think of was funny things, funny memories, hilarious memories. Grandpa wasn't a serious man. He loved life. He loved telling jokes. He loved playing jokes on people and loved to play pranks on people, whether he knew them or not. Grandpa wasn't a big drinker, but when he did, it was memorable. One Christmas Eve day, they were on their way up for the holidays to our house in Moose Lake. Grandma drove, Kevin in the front seat. Grandpa was in the back seat, polishing off a big bottle of red wine. After the car was emptied, Grandpa went MIA. I found him downstairs on our pool table in the family room, passed out. I woke him up. He stumbled into the glass patio door, went outside, and threw up red wine all over the pretty white snow. Then there was that New Year's Eve. No, it was New Year's Day, sorry. He had a few too many, and he passed out in his plate of mashed potatoes and ham. Being the great businessman that he was, Grandpa was given some type of business award, and he even made the paper. I remember when he had collected hundreds of pairs of Red Wing shoes and Red Wing boots, and he put them in his big tree in the front yard. He was so proud, his Red Wing shoe tree. He even made the paper. One day Grandpa got a speeding ticket on his way into town on Highway 58. He was with my Aunt Sandy. She was wondering what the difference was between a V8 engine and a V6 engine. So he showed her. He made the paper. When Grandpa started getting dementia one day, he drove downtown, went to the grocery store, and when he came out, he didn't know where he was. He walked around town. He was lost. The police found him and took him home. Again, he made the paper. One evening, not long after getting lost, he fell asleep in his chair right after putting pork chops in a pan on the stove on high heat. His kitchen started on fire. The firemen came and put it out, and guess what? Yeah, he made the paper. It was hard to see him decline with dementia. As I said earlier, Grandpa loved parties, and especially if the party was for him. On his 80th birthday, he was in the Red Wing Hospital. We were planning a birthday party for him at the hospital. But he decided that he was going home for the birthday party. He got up, put his clothes on, told the nurses he was going home to his birthday party, and walked out of the hospital. They had to call my Aunt Sandy to come and get him. Sandy found him and brought him home. We're there. We had his birthday party, his last birthday party, his 80th birthday party. Grandpa always said he just wanted to live until he was 80 years old, and he did, plus a few more months. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I love you, and thank you all for coming.